The tray didn't just slip. It slammed into the floor with a violent crash that silenced the entire emergency ward. Metal clattered. A glass vial shattered. Someone gasped. "Hey, watch it." But Amaya Reed wasn't looking at the tray. Her eyes were locked on the man who had just staggered through the sliding doors, barefoot, shaking and barely able to stand. "Please." His voice cracked, almost swallowed by the noise around him. "I need help." Security hesitated. One nurse scoffed. "We don't have space for." "He's a patient," Amaya snapped, already moving. "Clear a bed. Now." If you've ever seen someone get judged before they even speak, hit like right now. Because this story will test everything you think you know about people. The man collapsed before anyone else moved. Amaya dropped to her knees beside him, her hands steady even as her heart raced. "Stay with me," she said firmly. "Can you hear me?" His eyes flickered open, sharp, aware, not what she expected. "Barely," he whispered. "Good. That means you're still here." She turned to the others. "I need vitals. And someone get me a blanket." Silence. Then reluctant movement. Because no one else wanted to be the one who ignored him now. The night shift at Westbridge General was always chaos dressed as routine. Amaya moved through it like someone who had learned to survive storms. Fast. Focused. Unshaken. But tonight felt different. The man, he said his name was Daniel Cross, sat quietly on the edge of the bed, wrapped in a hospital blanket, his gaze drifting around the room like he was studying it. Not like he was lost. Like he was observing. Amaya noticed. She noticed everything. "You're stabilizing," she said, checking his pulse. "That's good. Thanks to you." His voice had changed. Stronger now. Clearer. Too clear. She frowned slightly. "You said you haven't eaten in days? That's what it looks like, doesn't it?" Her hand paused. That wasn't an answer. She met his eyes. "I asked what's true. Not what it looks like." For a second, just a second, something flickered in his expression. Respect? Maybe. 3 days, he said quietly. Maybe 4. She nodded, but her suspicion didn't leave. Because nothing about him felt ordinary. His posture. His tone. Even the way he held eye contact. This wasn't a man who had been broken by the streets. This was a man pretending to be. Across the ward, laughter broke out. 2 nurses whispered, glancing toward Daniel. "Probably just another one looking for free care," one muttered. Amaya heard it. And something inside her tightened. She turned sharply. "You think illness checks bank accounts before it hits?" They went quiet. "Good." She turned back to Daniel. He was watching her again. Not grateful. Not embarrassed. Studying. "Why did you step in?" he asked. "Because you needed help. That's not enough reason for most people." She shrugged lightly. "Then most people need to do better." Silence stretched between them. Then he said something unexpected. "You don't hesitate." "No," she replied. "Hesitation costs lives." His gaze dropped, thoughtful. Like that answer meant more than it should. Time passed. Patients came and went. But Amaya kept finding reasons to check on him. Not because she trusted him, but because she didn't. "You keep watching everyone," she said at one point, arms folded. "Occupational habit." Her eyebrow lifted. "From what occupation?" He smiled faintly. "Observing people. That's not a job." "It is if you're good at it." She didn't smile back. "Let me guess," she said. "You're writing a book?" "Something like that." "Then here's your first note," she said, her tone firm. "People aren't subjects. They're human beings." That landed. She saw it land. His jaw tightened slightly. "Noted," he said. Halfway through her shift, things got worse. A car accident victim was rushed in. Critical. Blood everywhere. "Amaya!" someone shouted. "We need you." She didn't hesitate. She moved. Fast. Precise. Focused. Daniel watched everything. The way she gave orders. The way people listened reluctantly, but they did. The way she didn't look at the patient's clothes or status or anything else. Just the condition. Just the need. "Stay with me," she shouted, pressing down, trying to stabilize the bleeding. Pulse dropping. "Not on my watch," she muttered. Her voice wasn't loud, but it was certain. And somehow it worked. Minutes stretched like hours. Until finally, he's stable. Relief flooded the room. Amaya stepped back, breathing hard. But she didn't celebrate. She just nodded once and moved on, because that's what she did. Later, she returned to Daniel. He hadn't moved. I thought you'd leave, she said. I wanted to see how it ended. Life isn't a show. Everything is, if you're watching closely enough. That irritated her. You really think that? I think people reveal themselves under pressure. She crossed her arms. And what do you think you saw tonight? He didn't answer immediately. Then, integrity. She blinked. That wasn't what she expected. You saved him without knowing anything about him, he continued. No hesitation. No calculation. That's my job. No, he said quietly. That's who you are. For a moment, she didn't know what to say. So she deflected. Get some rest, she said. You're not as strong as you think. A small smile tugged at his lips. Neither are you. She paused, then walked away. If you're still watching, comment real right now, because what happens next changes everything. The next morning, everything exploded. Black SUVs lined the hospital entrance. Men in suits flooded the lobby. Whispers spread like wildfire. What's going on? Who are they? Amaya frowned as she stepped out of the staff room, and then she saw him. Daniel. But not Daniel. Gone were the worn clothes. Gone was the vulnerability. He stood in a tailored suit, calm, composed, surrounded by people who treated him like he owned the building. Because he did. Good morning, he said. Her stomach dropped. What is this? One of the executives stepped forward. Miss Reed, you've been interacting with Mr. Adrian Voss, CEO of Voss International. Silence. Heavy. Crushing. Amaya stared at him. No, she said slowly. No, that's not possible. But it was. Every detail clicked into place. The way he spoke. The way he watched. The way he never truly seemed lost. You lied, she said. Her voice wasn't loud, but it cut deeper than any shout. I withheld information, Adrian replied. Don't twist it, she snapped. You walked in here pretending to be helpless. I needed to see how people respond when there's nothing to gain. And we were your experiment. Her eyes burned. Your test subjects. Murmurs filled the room. Staff shifted uncomfortably, because now they knew. Every moment, every action, judged, recorded, evaluated. Amaya stepped closer. You use people on their worst day, she said. Do you even hear yourself? Adrian held her gaze. I was looking for something real. And you thought you'd find it by lying? She shot back. Silence. He didn't have an easy answer. Good. Later in a private room the confrontation got worse. You don't get to play with people like this, Amaya said, pacing. This isn't some boardroom experiment. You think I don't know that? I think you don't understand the damage you cause. His expression hardened slightly. I've built systems that affect millions of lives. I understand impact. Then act like it, she snapped. Because what you did here, that wasn't impact. That was manipulation. That hit. He looked away briefly, then back. I needed to know if compassion still exists without incentive. And, she challenged. What did you conclude? He stepped closer. That it does. She shook her head. No. You didn't discover anything new. You just proved that you didn't believe in it to begin with. That cut deeper than anything else. Because it was true. Days passed. News spread. The experiment became public. Some praised it. Others condemned it. But inside the hospital things felt different. People were more careful. More aware. Not better. Just watched. Amaya hated it. Because kindness shouldn't need an audience. Then came the offer. A private meeting. A quiet room. Adrian sat across from her. I want you to work with me, he said. She blinked. What? A leadership role. Healthcare reform initiative. Salary resources. Everything you need to make real change. It was everything most people would dream of. Power. Money. Influence. She didn't even hesitate. No. He frowned. You're not even going to consider it? I did, she said. And I don't trust the foundation it's built on. His jaw tightened. You'd rather stay here? Struggling? Fighting a broken system with no support? Yes. Why? Her answer came without hesitation. Because here, people don't need me to prove a point. They just need me. Silence filled the room. Heavy. Unavoidable. You could do more, he said quietly. I'm already doing what matters. That was the difference. And for the first time he understood it. Weeks later, changes started happening. Funding improved. Staffing increased. Equipment upgraded. No announcements. No credit. Just change. Amaya noticed. But she didn't ask. Because she already knew. One evening as her shift ended, she stepped outside. And there he was. Waiting. Not in a suit this time. Just standing there. Like a man, not a title. You came back, she said. I had to. Why? He took a breath. Because you were right. She crossed her arms. About everything. Silence. Then she sighed softly. Next time you want to understand people, she said, try being one. He nodded. I'm learning. She studied him for a moment, then turned to leave, but paused. Start with honesty, she added. Then she walked away. And for once he didn't try to stop her. If this story made you feel something, if it made you think, go ahead and hit subscribe, drop a like, and tell me in the comments, would you have done what she did? Or walked away? Because the truth is, character isn't revealed when people are watching. It's revealed when you think no one is.